Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to UNews, SMC's weekly newscast. Today is August 10th, and I'm your host, Sophie Burke. Today we'll hear about Broadway crews and cast and how they're doing during the pandemic, the new X-Men movie, news about The Ellen Show, sports news, the weather, gaming, and tech. Now to Linnea on Broadway cast and crews. Stay tuned for more.
While the lights are out on all the Broadway stages, actors, designers, directors, and many others need to put their theater life on hold while still figuring out how to pay the rent. Many are offering dance and voice classes along with selling jewelry and art, but others are doing it very creatively, like Broadway seamstress Amy Mikaloff, who's making more cute than real-life plush representations of COVID-19 complete with eyes and fur. They are successfully selling on Etsy for $23 per plush. She encourages buyers to take out all their anger on the cute and destructive virus. Sometimes you need to throw something against the wall, she says. You need to step on something. Do you want to run that thing over with your car? Honey, be my guest. Here is your chance for sweet, sweet vengeance. Singer, songwriter, and actor Ben Platt believes that the uncertainty surrounding the pandemic could lead to a renaissance of the arts. I'm feeling very heartened by the fact that so many people have been continuing to produce art, he says. I think in times of crisis or in times of hardship, if anything, it sort of lights a fire under everybody's butt to create more art. I think people have more that they want to say and write about and have a greater need to connect than ever. For UNews, I'm Linnea.
Top 4 Fortnite loot restarting. I am with the top 4 Fortnite loot spots. Number 4 is Rickety Rig. If you're looking for some stuff, then go here. Number 3 is Frenzy Farm. It's not really a big loot spot. It has some chests, or if you really need some wood and metal, then go there. Number 2, Authority. It is loaded with players and NPCs. But it is worth it for the loot. Number 1, the Lighthouse. This is a loot spot that you can take your entire team and squads to and probably get your entire team's inventory all filled up. I'm Lincoln Mayer, signing off.
A new movie in the X-Men franchise. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Originally scheduled for release in early April, The New Mutants is now planned to release on August 28th. It will focus on the teenage mutants from the comics, and them coming to terms with their abilities. Director Josh Boone confirmed in an interview with Empire that the movie will be rated PG-13 and not R as previously thought. For UNews, this was Bryn Hulla.
For today's Minecraft update, I am going to be talking about 2 more of the new mobs in the Nether update. Number 1, the Strider. Striders are the only passive mob in the Nether. They love to walk in lava. They don't take fire damage, obviously, or else they would die if they were in lava. You can control a Strider and ride it using warp fungus on a stick. They provide a safe way to get across lava. Number 2, Hoglins. Hoglins are mobs that are hostile to you no matter what. Upon death, Hoglins will drop leather and raw pork chop. If they die burning, they would drop cooked pork chops. Adult Hoglins drop experience points upon death. Piglins attack Hoglins. If they win, they will do a little dance. For UNews, I'm Sebastian Lopez Filio, signing off.
Here's the weather for the week. On Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy, and the temperatures will be in the low 90s. Then on Wednesday, there are going to be thunderstorms during the entire day. Next, on Thursday, there's going to be scattered thunderstorms, and the temperatures drop to the 80s. On Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy. Then on Saturday it is going to be mostly sunny, but we see temperatures go down to the 70s. Finally, on Saturday it is going to be partly cloudy. Tune in next week for the latest weather forecast. For UNews, this is Stuart signing off.
For today's Roblox update, I will tell you about a new superhero simulator. The game is mostly you getting stronger, but you can get into fights. The 5 stats are called Strength, Endurance, Wisdom, Agility, and Swiftness, all of which have many benefits. Strength enhances your damage, Endurance increases your body's density, Wisdom increases your attack speed, Swiftness increases run speed, and Agility increases jump power. In the game, the main NPC is Superboy from DC Comics. There are many training areas like the gym, strength or endurance, the hitting rocks, wisdom, the trampoline, I bet you can guess that stat, and the treadmill, swiftness, to name a few. You can upgrade your multipliers at what you get stat with elixir, which you get from quests. For UNews, I'm Tara.
Everyone knows that soccer isn't a sport with a good deal of physical contact. Many people may use their arms to block and try to move ahead. But while we are in this COVID-19 pandemic, many families with kids playing sports are probably wondering, are sports safe for my child to play? Soccer is a pretty minimal physical contact game except for throw-ins and the goalie. Is the soccer ball staying clean if the ground is wet? I don't think we have enough information about that, says Dr. Chris Carturas, a pediatric and sports medicine specialist in Anaheim Hills, Calif, who has worked with USA Volleyball, US Figure Skating, and numerous other programs. I'd worry about my goalies. He or she is wearing gloves. So what do they do when they're bored? Lick their gloves? Then they could pick up the ball and punt it. But the biggest touch point would be the throw-ins, no doubt. As you can see from that, soccer isn't a highly contact sport, but there are still a few risks about it. Seeing this, soccer seems to be a pretty safe sport to play, but families still have to choose if they want to play. For UNews, this is Anya.
Minecraft's Nether update has added new mobs to the game, so here are the top 6 mobs in Minecraft. Number 6, the sheep. Sheep give you wool, and wool can be used to make beds. Also, baby sheep can be the same color as one of their parents if the parents are dyed. Number 5, the iron golem. Iron golems can only be spawned by using 4 iron blocks and a pumpkin. They protect your village. Unfortunately, they won't attack creepers. Number 4, the questing ram. Unfortunately, this cool guy can only be spawned if you get this Twilight Forest mod. He has hunger with every block of wool you give him. And if you give him one of every color wool, he gives you stuff. Number 3, the wither. This boss can be spawned with 4 dirt blocks and 3 wither skeleton skulls. He is very destructive but looks amazing. Number 2, the ocelot. This one can turn into a cat if you feed it fish, and it can chase creepers. Number 1, Steve. The coolest mob in Minecraft is anyone playing as Steve because he can do anything like craft, fight, mine, and spawn mobs. And those are the top 6 mobs in Minecraft. I'm Harrison with UNews.
Two and a half weeks into baseball, hockey resumed 10 days ago, and 1.5 weeks into basketball. Let's check in to see how these sports are going. In baseball, we've seen Yankees' Aaron Judge on fire with 8 home runs in creative ways, making baseball as normal as possible. They've now put cardboard cutouts of fans in the stands. They've also included a sound that sounds like cheering fans. Hockey has just resumed this season. In the Eastern Conference, the 2 first-place teams are the Boston Bruins and the Washington Capitals. And in the Western Conference, the 2 first-place teams are the St. Louis Blues and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Let's now check into the NBA. In the Eastern Conference, the first-place team is the Milwaukee Bucks, and in the Western Conference, the first
place team is the Los Angeles Lakers. That wraps it up for this week's sports. I'm Max Aguas for UNews.
This was SMC's UNews for this Monday. Tune in next week for the newest and latest updates of all your favorite topics. Thank you for watching. I'm Sophie Burke, and have a great rest of your week.